is known to send people to jail and help people get off. Huh? The internet is known to send people to jail and help people get off. I understand that this story is trending with Nolan Wells. I understand that. And I understand that people want to get the most views out of it because the topic is trending right now. But if everybody who posts everything from this case before the police even know what's going on, post all of this and come up with their own synopsis, their own storyline, these boys are going to get off. Once again, I'm going to say this again so you hear clear. If we keep trying to come up with our own storyline or what we think would get views the most, or come up with a synopsis of what we think happened, these boys are going to get off. A video came out of Nolan Wells' friends at the beach, and there was an argument going on. We don't even know if it was coming from his friends group because the camera did a quick sweep. Now, they did break down where Nolan was on Attorney Crump's page, and in this video, he's in the back over there to the left. Now, because of this, the internet is coming out with their own storyline. The police have not released that yet. His family does not know that to be true yet. We haven't heard from anybody who was there yet. I'm pretty sure that stories are going to come out today where people who was there are going to know what's going on. But if we keep trying to get what's trending, we are going to lose this case before it starts. A lot of times,
the way this country talks about black victims versus white victims is disgusting. Nolan Wells was found yesterday off the coast of Mississippi. If you didn't know, he was presumed and dead on July 4th. It is America's 250th birthday, and we're still dealing with this. He was celebrating with his friends for the 4th of July, and there's now circulating video that is going very viral of what looks to be him and his friends that he went with on the beach, and there's an argument. There's yelling happening. In the video, he looks to be very calmly standing still looking at his buddies. And somehow, the conversation is about his behavior. Why wasn't he on the boat?
And you can't trust anybody. How is it possible for a group of friends to go to Mississippi's Horn Island, but when they come back home, they come back without somebody that they went with? And they're going to say race ain't play a part. You see everybody in this picture right here. Tell me what looks different. Tell me. You had an 18-year-old accomplished football star, Nolan Wells, goes to Mississippi Horn Island with his friends on the 4th of July, and then he turns up. Mind you, all of his friends make it home safe. And the person that went with them, Nolan Xavier Wells, he's missing. And nobody has nothing to say about that. You have his so-called friends saying that they don't remember anything. They don't remember seeing what happened to him. Mind you, they have pictures on the boat. Mind you, they have pictures together, but nobody knows what happened to him. Now you got the Coast Guard, sheriff deputies, Marine units, and multiple agencies searching for him right now. They're searching the waters, searching surrounding areas, trying to figure out what happened. They're also saying that the last time he was seen with a team. They're also saying that they found his phone, but they didn't find him. What team do you know right now would leave his phone behind? Tell me that. But you see how all of this sounds? This is why like this and places like this always leave people questioning. If you spend time looking into person cases like this, then you already know what may be the outcome. Do you understand how this young man's parents has to feel? They just want their kid back. We definitely need to spread the word about this. We need some answers.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Let's get, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get, please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Let's get, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get, please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and
Family, we're back. I want to thank you guys for being here. It does mean a lot. The climate. Think about what we just got out of with things like this. Think about what we just got out of. Real talk. I'm trying to shield this stuff from, you know what I mean? But think about what we just got out of in Texas. Now we have this in Mississippi. When I was little, there was a movie that came out. This movie spooked the heck out of me about Mississippi. Mississippi was one of my biggest fan bases at the height of my YouTube journey, and I never had the urge to go, but I did go to Texas. And Texas came to me. But Mississippi, this movie, I've never had a desire to want to be there, but to be there, I couldn't imagine in today's climate. I don't care if they say it's 250 years old. That's not that long ago. And you got to think about the things that people learn that might be hard to unlearn. But what we have here is a dude that went out with his homies and he didn't make it back. There's a lot of narratives. And I'm gonna be really 100 and transparent. The people involved got lawyers, as they should. That's the difference between their people and our people. They got lawyers. Those people chose to deactivate their accounts. But stuff like this happens, and a lot of our people run straight to the internet and they build narratives. And it's like, okay, know that everything you're saying can and will be used against you, whether you're a victim or the aggressor. Period. That's how I feel about it. But you can't be mad at how these people handle this situation. You can't. Is it a grimy situation? It is. And there's definitely, in my opinion, some foul play. The phone. One person said that maybe the friends kept the phone knowing that that's probably one of the only numbers he has memorized. I can see that being a thing. But nevertheless, we're in this situation, and this whole thing is a thing. I really hope they get to the bottom of it. We're going to review and react to a few clips, you guys, and it's different. Let's go.
Nolan Xavier Wells is an 18-year-old college student. He went missing on the 4th of July after partying with his friends on Horn Island, and there have been so many questions, speculation, and how did this happen? Things are slowly starting to make sense, so we're just gonna talk about it. I'm very scatterbrained, so I'm trying to get all of the thoughts out. It's just, there's a lot of moving pieces. This right here is Katie McCormick. Katie McCormick is one of the people that was around Nolan on the 4th of July. I've been reading a lot of comments on Facebook, and all of these comments are from people that know them. They either know Nolan, Katie, one of the boys, a mixture. Yeah, as we know, people say a ton of things on the internet, so I just want to make sure before I put things out that I actually believe this to be true, because I don't want to share anything that is, unhelpful, messy, disrespectful family, anything like that. There are a lot of posts saying that Katie is his girlfriend. That's not true. Many people that were there that day have stated that Katie and Nolan met on that day. They met on that day. Nolan came with his people. Katie came with her own people. They met because it was this huge party that was happening in the water. This is a comment on Facebook from Ashton. Ashton knows Katie personally. I'm going to let y'all pause and read. What Ashton is saying is that Katie is a genuine and sincere person, that she hasn't really played a part in this, did not meet him until that day. Ashton continued, if anything, everyone needs to be questioning the friends and definitely not Katie. I personally sense genuinity behind this comment. I looked at their page. They seem to actually know each other. This is another person who knows Katie personally. She said, I know Katie since she was in 4th grade, and her story is literally the only one that hasn't changed. Now that line kind of sat with me. The only one that hasn't changed. So whose story changed? And she asked, who was on the boat with her that can back her up and vouch that she was with them the whole time. Grace goes on and says that Katie has made a full statement to police and Nolan's mom, and didn't see him physically get back on the boat, but she saw his friends telling him to get on the boat, but everybody was in the water. And I've seen videos, there was a lot of people. I'm sure she doesn't know the exact time, but what I do know is Katie's story is the only one who hasn't changed at all this time. She told the cops and the mom the same thing. So she reiterated the fact that her story hasn't changed. So whose story has changed? I found this very interesting. And again, this is somebody who personally knows them. Grace goes on and she says, the boys also stated they came back and realized that he didn't ride back with somebody else. They then stated as well too, a different story, is that he stayed behind with Katie. So which one was it? Did he stay behind with Katie? Or was he supposed to be on the boat with y'all and y'all didn't realize that he came back or didn't come back? She goes on, and I found this interesting as well too. Several have said they saw the boys fighting. I've seen that video of the person who was parked next to them, and if you listen to the audio, it sounds like people are fighting. They're like, get on the fucking boat, or I can't, it's hard to tell. There's a lot going on, but you can definitely sense a fight is going on. Said several have stated they saw the boys fighting. This would have been after the encounter with Katie. I don't know. This is a lot. I genuinely feel like Katie, because a lot of people on Facebook at least are like attacking her. I genuinely feel like, you know, and I could be wrong. This is just my opinion. I feel like Katie is innocent in this. I feel like they most likely met, and it sounds like was somebody jealous that, or upset that he was talking to this pretty white girl, you know, the black guy, whatever, and he's with a bunch of white men. Was somebody butthurt about that? Because according to the other girl, they started fighting after the encounter with Katie. So what triggered this fight? And also, why are they telling different stories? We got one story is, oh, he got on the boat and we thought he was on the boat, then we realized he wasn't. And then, oh, but the other story is he stayed with Katie. Because people are leaving those comments on my Instagram too, is that he stayed with Katie. He insisted on being back there with Katie. Like, Katie got on the boat with her people. I don't know. And Katie's been consistent with the police and his mother. What do y'all think?
Now, for that young lady to say her story is one of the only ones that hasn't changed, that says a lot. What would bring up the change in narrative, the changing of the stories? And that reminds me of the Texas thing where people are like, the other brother didn't take the stand because his story was kind of different. There's videos floating around about the situation where there are some hard F words said. It's some arguing, but it's so quick of a pan on the camera, you really can't make out what's going on. I can't imagine how families feel. Real talk. I can't imagine. But for them to deactivate all of their accounts, for them to lawyer up and play the game how it should be played, it shows some type of responsibility that may be taken in a sense. I mean, a lot of people say, hey, why do you need a lawyer if you don't have anything to hide? If you didn't do anything wrong, why do you need a lawyer? But a lot of people say, play it safe, especially when you got the finances. Play it safe. Let your lawyer speak. Period. Even when people get arrested roadside, it's like when they ask you or they tell you your rights, a lot of people just get the yapping. But you got the right to remain silent, because everything you can or everything you say will and can be used against you in a court of law. So I can't blame them. But what I can say is that in my eyes, that tells me a lot. In the Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez situation, who took the fifth? Probably that person that could have made a lot of stuff connect that should have connected. You really got to take this stuff at surface level and just don't look too deep. Certain signs are right there in your face. Let's continue. Now, this next clip, listen to Lil Homie. I had to listen to this clip 3 or 4 times, and I think I'm picking up what he's putting down. Real talk. For it to come from him, the way I conveyed the message, shout out to bro. But long story short, he's basically saying we haven't moved anywhere in 250 years. Period. The narratives. And what he really breaks down is that if it was his community, it would be handled different. But because it's our community, the people are like, what did he do wrong? What did he take? What did he consume? Stuff like that. But if it was his community, it would have been, OMG, we got somebody out here doing this. We had this situation happen. What the F happened? Check it out.
The way this country talks about black victims versus white victims is disgusting. Nolan Wells' body was found yesterday off the coast of Mississippi. If you didn't know, he was presumed missing and dead on July 4th. It is America's 250th birthday, and we're still dealing with this bullshit. He was celebrating with his friends for the 4th of July, and there's now circulating video that is going very viral of what looks to be him and his friends that he went with on the beach, and there's an argument. There's yelling happening. In the video, he looks to be very calmly standing still looking at his buddies. And somehow, the conversation is about his behavior. Why wasn't he on the boat? Was he drinking? Was he going from one boat to another? Now, I'm going to give you a scenario. It's kind of morbid, so stick with me and trigger warning. If I show up washed on a beach, my community of people where I was born are not going to go, well, how was Jake acting? Did he stay where he was supposed to? Did he start an argument with people? No, it's going to go, what the f***? We have someone that would kill people out here? Jake, I love that guy. He plays for the football team. I'm just putting myself in Nolan's shoes. Nolan plays for the team. He's friends with those people. And the conversation is about his behavior. Just so frustrating. Like, racism is still alive and well just in the dialogue. Just in the dialogue. As simple as that. I just want this country to do better. And I see a future where we just stop with this bullshit and start going like, man, this kid, like, his on the 4th of July, he is celebrating with everyone. And he can't even do that. We can do better. We gotta do better. Oh, and apparently one of the friends' moms is a local judge. And if you think that will work in Nolan's favor, you clearly don't know anything about the history of young black men in this country. This isn't gonna go anywhere. We have to speak up about it.
Bruh. The main focal points of this situation is the friend group. If what dude said is true and one of the parents is a lawyer or a judge, I really hate that for the outcome of this situation, period. We seen that in the last situation down in Texas that there was somebody there and they may have had ties to the judicial system. If one of these little dudes' parents is a judge, that's all bad. It's all bad. And that really explains why they all lawyered up so quick. So quick. If you don't have anything to hide, why get a lawyer so fast? I can understand deactivating social media accounts and whatnot. You don't want to get heckled and trolled and all that. But to obtain legal representation so quick, and allegedly one of the parents is a judge, they might not need it. Anyways, if you made it to this point, say I made it. I didn't mean for this video to be that long. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.